Is the front of your house a little unsightly? Here are a few tips to make that curb appeal really stand out. Hey everyone, welcome to Minneapolis Living. I'm Nick Sundahl with Acta Homes of Keller Williams Classic Realty Northwest. Before I get into the great curb appeal tips for you, please hit the subscribe button. When you're there, ring the bell so you're alerted every time I upload new content each week. If you want to sell your house for top dollar in a quick amount of time, it better look good. And the best first impression you can make is curb appeal. When a buyer gets out of the car and they take a look at that house, they want to picture themselves coming home to this house every day for the rest of their lives, or at least the foreseeable future. So there are a few things you can do. And the first thing is weed. Weed, 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 weed. No, don't smoke weed, just pull the weeds. This is the easiest thing you can do. It's also the hardest and probably the most monotonous things you can do, but getting them all out of your landscaping. And I'm not talking about just your lawn and pulling all those dandelions. I'm talking about all the mulch, all the rock, everything you got around there. If you've got any overgrowth, clean it out. You want clean lines. And that is where the weeds can be a real problem. And mostly because it's the first thing that you can see when somebody isn't maintaining their house very well. So make sure you get rid of the weeds. The second thing you do is touch up the rock and or the mulch you have surrounding your house or the landscaping. Here in the Twin Cities, a lot of people use mulch and they put in new mulch every year, but if yours is running a little low, it's time to freshen it up. Get as many bags as you're gonna need to put at least half an inch to an inch down. You don't wanna skimp here and make it look like you just put lipstick on the pig, because that doesn't work. Put enough down to make sure that's covered, and it is a great weed barrier. The number 3 thing you can do is fresh paint. I'm not talking about painting the house. Now, if the house needs it, you should do it. I'm talking about touch-up stuff. So if you have shutters around the windows, make sure those are touched up. If you have wood railings on stairs that go up to the front door, you want to touch that up. Wherever you find open wood trim, get that painted. You get fresh paint across the front of the house. Frankly, you want to do it around the whole house, but just for curb appeal purposes, fresh paint goes a long way in making that curb appeal pop. The next thing on the list to do is to seal your driveway. That is, if you have an asphalt driveway. For those with concrete or paver patio, this is a little bit different. But if you have cracks in them, you want to pull those weeds as well and fill in the cracks regardless of what type of driveway you have. And if you do have that asphalt driveway, put a new sealant on there. It really invites new buyers, and it's a great way to tell them this is one less project they have to tackle. Then the next thing you can do is clean up all your shrubs, your trees, and any planters you might have around the house. So if you have any wood box planters or window planters that have no flowers in them, put some flowers in them. If you have shrubs that need to be trimmed back and shaped a bit, you make sure you do that. But you want to really tidy that up so that you give the best look to your home. Now I've got one more tip, and it's the best one. And it coincidentally gets the best return on investment when you do it. But before you do, I would love to hear the comments below. What things have you done to get your home sold for the most money? And are you considering selling? I would love to start that conversation with you. Please call, text, email, hit me up on social media. Doesn't matter to me. Now, the best thing you can do for curb appeal for your home, which just happens to get you a return on your investment, is a brand new front door. Now, you might not need one, and you might not think that it's a good investment. However, the stats actually tell us that a new front door, specifically ones that have a pop of color, and even more specifically, red doors, are the most inviting. They draw people to the home. And you could even paint your door if you've got a basic one, but ultimately putting that investment in that front door draws people to it. This is Minneapolis Living. I really appreciate you watching. Please stay safe, please stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.